Hello, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, January the 2nd, and I'm Chris Allen. And this is Sam Chandler live here on this Thursday morning. It's been a while, I know, but last time we talked, as far as this platform, I said it would be toward the end of the year. It would be sporadic. It would be if there is a need to come on here and talk about significant weather. And I believe we've got that. We're going to get that during the course of the weekend. We've got a major winter storm that is coming our direction. And I believe that warrants something like this. So let's move forward, and I can tell you what's going on at the moment and how things are going to set up a little bit later. Okay, here we go. First of all, I always like to start with the view outside, and this is the way it looks from the Plano cam right here at my house in Plano, Kentucky, a suburb of Bowling Green, and it's a frosty morning. Temperatures are starting out in the 20s, and a lot of you will have to spend time either putting on the defrost or scraping the windshield. You can see it on the rooftops there, the car tops. There's plenty of frost out there this morning. So allow yourself some extra time to get going on this Thursday morning, and you should be just fine. Now, as we take a look at the radar, now the radar is showing just some ground clutter. There's nothing going on right now, but as we move through time, the radar is going to be pretty lit up with precipitation, especially as we get into this weekend. But there's even a little bit of activity that's going to come in tonight. There's a little fast moving system that's going to come in and just briefly put down a little bit of light snow. I don't think it's going to amount to much of anything. You're going to find that some of that is just going to be enough to maybe cover some car tops, rooftops, things that we were just looking at covered in frost on this Thursday morning. So I don't think it's going to amount to much. It's going to be a quick mover. It's going to be in and out pretty quickly. All right, let's take a look at the next graphic I've got here for you, which is a look at the map situation, and we can go day by day, and I can show you exactly how this is going to set up for the next several days. Let me put this more full screen or bigger so you can see what's going on. Now, there's been a lot of different scenarios that have been thrown out there, and of course, we've got at least two or three that we've been talking about here at News 40. And for the last couple of days, our weather team has been, highlighting this. But here comes the first little clipper system. You can see it up here in parts of Nebraska and Iowa. That's a fast moving little system that's going to come in for late tonight and early tomorrow morning. You can see it as it moves through Illinois. Here's 6 o'clock this evening. And then here's early tomorrow morning, just after midnight, the cold front, low clipper system, and the associated moisture. Not a lot of moisture with it. Just enough to maybe put down a little light coating in, especially north of Bowling Green. Some flurries, I think, early tomorrow as you get around this time, as you get ready to go to work. And what this system is going to do more than anything else is establish some very cold air. The next several days after today, I don't see us getting out of the 30s for high temperatures. And we're going to find more 20s for overnight lows, and even down the road with even more reinforced polar air, we're going to find some lows in the teens as we get into next week. But this little system that's coming in tonight is just going to provide a few flurries, quick hit of that, nothing more. but it is going to bring our temperatures down. We're looking at a high of 44 today, but only around 37, 36, 37 tomorrow. Here we go into Friday evening. Saturday, high pressure's in control. It's a cold high pressure, and it's going to keep us dry and sunny. Saturday looks to be a nice day, but it's only going to make it up to 34 degrees. So very chilly. Coming in, the winds coming in from the north and west. Here we go into Saturday evening into Sunday morning, and look how quickly things change. Here is our storm system. Now, right now, that low pressure system that you see over about Oklahoma City, which is going to be the winter storm system, you can see how encompassing it is. We've got a lot of moisture to work with. This system is right now way off into the northwestern corner of the United States. It's some 3,000 miles away right now, but it's going to be a fast moving system that's going to come in. And as you can see, we've got a variety of precipitation here. And the models are consistent in that it's giving us precipitation, but it all depends on how this low tracks across the area as to what type of precipitation we'll get and how much we will get. These type of situations are the absolute hardest to forecast because you're not sure where the low is going to go exactly. We think it's going to come, I believe it's going to come right through Kentucky. So if that's the case, normally that's the case with some of these systems like this that I've seen through the years. We are usually right on the fence, which means we're going to get a lot of liquid precipitation in the form of rain. We may get freezing rain depending on how cold the surface is here at the, like the roadways and your vehicles and the trees and the power lines. There may be a prolonged period of freezing rain, and if there is, that could spell trouble not only for travel, but it could impact the power grid. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't even want to use the word ice or ice storm, but right now all modes of weather like that are on the table. But you see how fast this thing moves. Now we go from Sunday night into Monday morning. The low they're showing here tracking right across the Kentucky-Tennessee border. Again, if that should happen, that's the scenario that would bring us snow at the beginning. Well, just reset. Let me go back to that. They just did an update. So let me go back to that point. Okay, there we are. So we would have snow at the beginning, which would be late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and then snow at the end with a little mixed in. But the rest of the time we could have rain, freezing rain, or sleet here for the Bowling Green, Southern Kentucky area, the 270, as I call it. So if you live in the 270 area code, this is most likely the scenario that it's going to come out. We won't know for sure until we get into the day tomorrow, but this is what we're looking at by Tuesday. Actually, by Monday evening, this is gone. By Tuesday morning, high pressure builds back in, and there's a look at next Wednesday. So we've got a lot of different things going on here. I do believe it's going to be a mixed scenario, mixed bag of precipitation that will take in a lot of things, a little bit of everything, just because of where we are in proximity to where that low is going to track. Now, if it tracks further north, say up across the Ohio River, which I'll show you here in a second, then it's more likely that we're going to be in the warmer sector. And yeah, we'll get a little bit of frozen wintry precipitation, but I think most of it would be rain. But if the low tracks further south, say down into Tennessee or say northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, then we would be more likely to get some snow out of this, or a little bit more snow than everything else. So again, a lot has to do with where this thing is going to go. Okay. So let me go to this, and you've probably seen this graphic if you've watched the weather lately on News 40, which I hope you have, or downloaded the News 40 Weather App, which I hope that you'll do. All of this is on there. There are the three scenarios. The one to the north is the one that would bring more rain, more warmer air, therefore more in the way of rain with a possible mix here to southern Kentucky. Scenario 2 is the one that's on the bottom. That's the one if the low tracks further south, then we're more likely to get winter precipitation or snow. But I think scenario 3, and it's the one in the middle, where the low comes right through parts of Kentucky and Tennessee. Right now, that's the one that looks to be the most, that makes the most sense with the way things are moving. So but this could change. Again, nothing is set in stone with any of this. All of this could change very quickly. We're still in the window of the long range models. We haven't quite gotten to the window where the short term models start to take over. That will happen late tonight and during the day tomorrow. That's when we'll have a better fix on how this is going to play out. So until that time, we're just seeing what sticks to the wall and how long it sticks to the wall. Really, it's nothing more than that at this moment, just based on things that have happened before. We're taking a look at what we call analogs. This is where we go back and we take a look at historically how these systems move and flex and what I call behave, the behavior of these systems. And through the, last 3 or 4 decades that I've been doing this, I try to figure out, I've seen this before. I've seen this many times. So how does it all play out? Well, here's something else to look at. And I've posted this on my social media pages, and you can take a look at it. And Darius updated this morning on News 40 Sunrise, and it looks about like this. So the potential is starting Saturday night late, I think we'll see a period of snow. Then as we get some warm air intrusion from the south, a little tongue, if you will, a little notch of warm air around the low pressure system, if it tracks right across the Kentucky-Tennessee border, then that's going to warm things up just enough to change that snow over to a rain, freezing rain, sleet, sometimes snow mix. Again, all depends on the temperature above us, what's coming down out of the sky, and what the temperatures are at the surface. Now, at first, it's going to take a while to get the surface temperatures cold enough, but remember, the next couple of days, we're going to have a foundation of cold air already established. And because of that, I think we're going to more likely see impact right off the bat from whatever falls. And I think it could be in the form of snow late Saturday night into early Sunday. This could affect churches. Potentially, it could affect church services on Sunday morning. If that happens and puts down a coating of snow before it changes over to a little bit more of a liquid mix, rain to freezing rain, depending on how warm the temperatures get. But now, as you know, weather does not follow straight lines, county lines, state lines, no lines at all. So everything's kind of broad brush painted there. And as the big red letters say, this could change, and it probably will. The snow line, the freezing rain sleet line, or the mix line, and the rain line are all likely to change between now and the beginning of this, which will be late Saturday night into early Sunday. I do anticipate that the National Weather Service is going to issue some type of a winter storm watch as soon as maybe late tonight or early tomorrow at the latest, I would say, just to give everybody, hey, this is coming. We've got a better fix on where this thing is going to go and how it's going to play out. So anticipate a winter storm watch to be in effect for the entire area. I would say probably the entire state of Kentucky, parts of Tennessee, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. They're all going to be under this winter storm in some form or fashion. The further south of Nashville that you get, that's where mostly it's just going to be rain. Well, I think it's going to be just rain for us here in the 270. Maybe it could do that. It could do a little shift off to the north. We'll see with the models later today how that all pans out. But again, this is the old fashioned word that we used to use as a crapshoot. That's what it is right now. It is. I'm just giving you the possible scenarios as to what could happen so you can plan. But there could be impact on roads and travel. There could be impact on the power grid. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but let's anticipate and let's prepare should that happen. That's the thing I want you to take away from today is that, yes, that very well could happen. So hopefully you've got some alternatives for heat if your power goes off. You've got a generator or some kind of battery backup. Today you've got all kinds of different, you don't have to buy a big generator that's gas powered. You can buy some of those that are just all battery powered and they can back up pretty much anything and at least keep you some heat going, keep your refrigerator going and things like that. So I would be thinking about things like that. And because this is going to impact or hit right about the time that services happen on Sunday morning, then if you're a member of a church or you're the headship of a church, I would be thinking plan B, or maybe just, I'm not suggesting you call off services at this point. I think it's too soon to make that kind of decision, but you need to be thinking about it now. You need to be thinking about now what to do then, because you'll want to tell people, most likely at the latest Saturday morning, what you're going to do as far as services, so that it can get out on all social media and you can text people, however you do that, for your congregation, you get all that done, taken care of. So, a lot to talk about, a lot going on, a lot that could happen. This is just the way it looks right now at the current time. It's 7:30 on Thursday morning. So we're still a little ways out, but it does appear that we are high confidence. We are going to be impacted by a winter storm, the first of the season, this coming weekend, starting Saturday night, all day Sunday, and into part of Monday. So as things change, I will let you know. The best thing to do is download the News40 Weather App, which you see right there down at the bottom of your screen in that circle. Just hold your phone up to it and turn on your camera, and your camera will recognize that QR code, and a little link will pop up to take you to where you can download the News40 Weather App. That will have everything that you're seeing here. All those maps are updates. Darius is doing an update this morning, which you can play back from that. And then I'll do one this evening, which you can play back anytime, that has these graphics and maps on them, the very latest information. I see a bunch of you in the chat room this morning. Thank you for being here. And again, we're going to stay on top of this and continue to update you as time progresses. Thank you for watching, and have a great Thursday.